They're drafting currently.
Oh, they are drafting currently.
I didn't realise what you were waiting for. But they're drafting currently. We're on Dragontown. Gobble Mike Hawk have banned out Kael'thas. Inside Games have banned out Uther. Gobble Mike Hawk have just picked up Jaina. So to put you in the loop.
Yes, and I can see that, but it will be up for the stream momentarily. Have you been watching this draft for long?
No, I haven't. I just linked it to you.
Why you don't tell me?
I just linked it to you as I got it, so it's fine. They were chatting away in the Battlefy chat, and so I looked over to that when you said it was taking a while.
Can you link to me the Battlefy chat, please, or tell me how to get into it? Because I have no idea.
When you're in the brackets, if you click on a game, it will load up into the next page, which will give you the option to report the score. And if you scroll down, there is a chat at the bottom of the page.
I'm a stupid person. Thank you. I'll get that sorted. But in the meantime, as you guys can see the brackets now, so the draft, I will do a Steam game giveaway. So if you're in the chat, you don't have to do anything. I'm just going to hit a random number generator, and if your number comes up, you will win. So yeah, how many people do we have? We have 16, not 17 people, so we have lost a person. Oh no. So this random number generator has generated number 4, which is X-Polho. Yes.
We're about to say okay then.
Hang on, I may be wrong. Let me just refresh this. Well, I've announced the winner now. It's X-Polo, regardless of who it is anymore. That's who I've announced, so that's who it's going to be. So congratulations to X-Polo. You are the winner! And I'm going to do a Steam game giveaway, and I will message you. With your options of what you can pick. So
meanwhile, while this Steam giveaway is going on, the draft is going on in the background. Inside Games have managed to pick themselves up a Muradin and Tyrande, two characters that we have seen Gobble Mike Hawk put to use, and it'd be interesting to see the team composition without both of these. We saw them without the Tyrande last time, but now without the Muradin, they're going to have to pick something different up. They do have the Jaina, and they've opted for that Reyna, and they have another pick coming now.
Now, Gobble Mike they've not really favoured heroes in particular. They've just, other than the Rexar healer, they've had the Master Rexar both games. But other than that, they've just been kind of showing that they can play whatever they want. They've again gone for Tyrael, so they like it. They liked their Sanctification play, especially against the amplified damage of the Tyrande coming out. But they've picked up Jaina this time instead of being against it. They picked up the Reyna again. As you say, they don't have access to their Muradin. So yeah, Gobble Mike showing that they're able to play kind of what they want, and I think they favour the Rexar healer because they know that it's going to be one that they're likely to pick up.
I wonder if Inside Games are going to ban out that Rhaegar, as it hasn't been picked, and it is one thing that Gobble Mike have been keeping consistent throughout their choices. Yeah. Instead, they're opting to ban the Tassadar.
So I'm just sorting out chat. So you keep going on about the draft.
Right.
So it just in reference to who won it. I announced X-Polho, Polho rather, and then refreshed the chat, and it swapped the order around as you joined Lie, and we will do another giveaway probably. This will be 3 giveaways this stream, most likely. So stick with us, and we'll do another one just to whoever's in chat.
So many giveaways. So Gobble Mike Hawk opted to ban away the Kerrigan. Inside Games picking up the Sonya that's made it this far into the draft, and also the Kharazim. So they've got that Kharazim and Tyrande pick there with the Sonya and the Muradin. Gobble Mike Hawk currently have their double pick, and they've got the Jaina, so not likely to pick up a ranged DPS, which Inside Games are likely going to be looking for. They've opted for that Rhaegar support that we have seen them rocking. And we'll see what they do to round out the comp. I'm guessing it'll be another tank at this point, just as we have seen them using 2 tanks effectively there. The Tyrael normally, and then a secondary tank. At this point, maybe the Arthas. Johanna is still available as well. if they want to go for the Johanna again.
Oh, yeah, sorry about
out,
that.
guys.
I'm just chewing some food.
That's fine. I had Muse time is running out going through my head as the time does tick down. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a similar sort of conversation to what they had last time. They picked up the Jaina instead of the Vala, and last time they had the Murden. Potentially going to favour the Johanna here, but no, going with the Diablo.
I'm not sure if that Diablo was a purpose pick or whether the time ran out because they weren't able to lock something again. It will be worth checking with the team as to whether that was an intended pick.
I have messaged, so we will find out because they had a lock-in issue earlier. Sorry, I was just muting something. They had a lock-in issue earlier where they tried to pick Vala and it came up as Rexar. So I'm just double-checking that the Diablo is what they intended. Whilst inside games pick up the Vala as the final pick.
So just going to wait and see that. If that is a Diablo, that's definitely an interesting play by them to have opted for the Diablo. We have seen a lot more Diablo being played lately, but
I mean, he did get some buffs in it. His win rate has kind of spiked up compared to what it used to be. It's sitting around 50% these days, so definitely could see Diablo come out, and with a double tank composition, could definitely be very strong, especially since he does so much damage if you play him right. And in fact, we have a confirmation that I think they wanted a Nubarak, but they are happy with Diablo. Just going to double check that is the case. Oh, I apologise. I've invited somebody to that. So what map are we on? Just to double check here.
We are on Dragontown. Durganshire.
Okay, so we do have a confirmation that it is Diablo, not a Nubarak, as Glirios is a baller and doesn't care.
Well, okay then.
Confidence coming out from Glirios there. That's all I can say.
I mean, they have just taken down probable tournament favourites in Infinity eSports. So if they were going to be confident, then they've definitely earned it. Just having a look at Glirios' hot slog here, seeing
how competent he is at Diablo. Well, he's
how much experience he's got here.
He's basically saying that they already, because they already had that one kind of missed timeout for the Rexar Vala, they don't want to be cheeky into another one. I'm saying you can absolutely, because Heroes Draft has often been a bit temperamental with us. So if you still give them the option, but they said no, they're arguing it with their team. So they actually, apparently the rest of the team wants to play Diablo. So we will see a Diablo game out here, which is, I think, great to see. Something we've not really spoken about, though, is the Inside Games draft with the Sonya Tarande.
Yeah, Sonya Tarande is definitely very strong. The Sonya really good against sort of tanks, and just the quality of life changes brought her to another level. She's so strong now. The fact she lasted that long through 2 ban phases before being picked up is fantastic. That for Inside Games, as you would probably expected her to be banned out instead of Kerrigan. Maybe Gobble might Cork know Inside Games have a strong Kerrigan player here, but they opted to take the Kerrigan off the board instead, just left that open. Karazim Tarande, one of my favourite double support compositions there. Karazim giving you that overall general heal, Tarande able to fill the gaps in. Karazim having that 7-sided strike available if he wants that, or instead can go for the Divine Palm if they feel they need the extra bits pieces there. The stuns that Tarande brings, the stuns that Moradin brings. This is a fantastic team comp that Inside Games have.
Now, we do have the all-important question coming out from Davos in the chat. Who do we think will win? Now, I'm going to jump in straight away and go Gobble Mike Cork. Boom. We followed them from the start. We tend to do this. Whatever team we follow, even if we don't know how good they are. If they're in the round 1, the first game we tend to cast, we often see them make it all the way through to the finals and either come second or, more often than not, first. So my money's on Gobble Mike Hawk, continuing our trend. On top of that, I'm excited for Diablo. I know he can do a lot of damage, and he's in a double tank composition, so he doesn't even need to be relied on for as a primary tank. On top of that, the Tyrael play from last game was phenomenal as well. So I just think that because Gobble Mike Hawk have their Rhaegar healer, which I think may even have to be a respect ban in the finals. From I don't know, man. I just think Gobble Mike, from what we've seen, have heroes that they're comfortable with, have heroes that they're good with, and they've knocked out our tournament favourites of Infinity Esports.
So I have to disagree on the Rhaegar being the respect ban there. And I actually think that the Gobble Mike Hawk composition is pinpointing on that Tyrael. And it's actually the Tyrael that is doing the work. The sanctification we've seen come out from him in both games now. And, it's been turning team fights.
Yeah, definitely. So, we'll have to see how this, we will have to see how this works. So you're going with inside games. I'm going with Gobble Mike Hawk. Yeah. Let's hope that this is a match to remember. As I just update all of the things, we'll get you onto the lobby soon enough as people are readying up. Apparently back to lobby. My bad. I have done something terrible. Stickler and Deneko. There we go.
Deneko trying to get in on the winning team here. Is that what he's saying in chat?
Potentially so. Did I fix it? Yes, it's fixed. Okay, so let's get everyone into the lobby screen so we can all see what's going on. There we go.
I want to win this with them, no. Deneko traitoring his team here. Can I change my vote? I want to go with Gobble.
Why? Because inside games don't have faith in themselves. No, you're committed to inside games. Where's the betting system, Shaq? I want to bet. But the bot's not up, so unfortunately we cannot bet. But yeah, right now we have. I think I see your point though a lot with the kind of counter to the Tyrael with the tanks and the way the team fights will probably play out. Inside games, have a shot. Definitely have a shot.
It's going to be a case of disengaging and re-engaging at the right times. I think you need to force that Tyrael to drop that sanctification and then get out as fast as you can. Once the sanctification is down, go back into that fight, and it's about taking a minimal amount of damage while you're doing that, because I do feel that Gobble Mike Hawk's team is entirely pinned around that Tyrael.
Yeah, but they wanted Nubarak, they've ended up with the Diablo. Maybe that will make or break them. Maybe. Yeah, some of the team members were opting for that Diablo, so we'll see where they do go with that. We're just waiting for one last person to ready up. Doraneko is not on Goku. I am a little bit disappointed, as Goku is the best Karazim skin. Please invest in it. I don't know if he is or not. I very much like old Avatar Aang, as we've got him out here right now. And I in fact love the Master Skin, the Uliana set. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Makes you think of your monk from Diablo, does it?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask earlier on. I don't tend to ask this very often, but what are you drinking tonight?
Just Coke.
I am enjoying some Kraken rum. Kraken
I do like
black rum with some ginger
quite
beer.
like Kraken. Kraken is the best
Fiery
rum.
ginger beer. And 10 out of 10 players are ready, so let's get into this. Go! An excitement coming out.
Cast while drinking here from Stefan. So we're going to play on Dragontown.
I can't remember the last time I was sober.
I'm the one living in Glasgow. Do we need to change places?
I drive to work every day. It's fine. I drive through a school. It's all right. Like, I don't drive past a school. I drive through a school. So we've got the Gazlo portraits coming out here for Team Inside Games, which is pretty cool to see. But yeah, we're getting straight into this. As we've already seen Dragonshire, don't need to go that. I'm going to introduce Inside Games, as you're sticking with Gobble Mike, are you not?
I believe I am. I am stuck with them for better or for
So,
worse.
the blue team Inside Games, they are going to be played Dereneko on the Karazin, about Flying Carpet Mount hovering above it. Hydax playing the Tyrande with the Blood Elf skin again, I believe. Let me just double check, I don't want to get that wrong. No, that is in fact the Master skin, so that's very, very cool coming out there. Threy on the Muradin, Zargonus on that Vala, and Keksik playing the Sonya.
And over on the other side for Gobble, Mike, Hawk, we do have the Diablo being rocked by Glirios. Is it a Diablo? Is it an Anubarak? We'll never know. We have Rhaegar once again being played by Azuna. Diet is this time rocking the Reyna. Jaina for Stickler. And Tyrael is once again being played by Very Hot.
Yeah, Very Hot has been very hot on that Tyrael play, just doing so much work. So, I believe you're going to be taking most of the fights this game. How do you think they're going to go?
As I said, I think it's all going to be pinnacle around that Tyrael fight. We'll see where it goes up until level 10. Last time they were falling behind Gobble Mike Hawk and having to try and make up for it once they did hit the heroic point, but they make up for it, they did, and were able to take out Infinity eSports. So, 4-man dive here on the Diablo. He's going to headbutt somebody out of the way, but that is not going to be enough. Diablo is going to fall for the first blood here.
Yeah, going to the side of Inside Games. So strong, not a strong start, but a good start for them against potentially my new tournament favourites of Gobble Mike. Also, what a great name, Gobble Mike. It's just Gobble's a fun word to say. But.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. So Gobble Mike Hawk were roaming as a 4. They did split that 4 up into 2 2s. And in response to it, Inside Games decided to go for the 4s. And it looks like we've got a really early attempt at a Dragon Knight there.
Very almost got that, actually. There was like half a second in it for the Karazin to capture that Dragon Knight.
But Gobble Mike were able to take that back. And it looks like we're going to have another fight here. Frey walking in with that Dwarf. A Lunar Flare catching Jaina. Stickler is going to have to try and run away. But Tyrande has taken a lot of damage, and the Rhaegar is going to take her down.
Yeah, the Rhaegar just popping into that Feral Spirit form, and then Azuna. We've seen his strong play on the Rhaegar all day long. And popping into that Feral Wolf to get that bit of bonus damage and securing the kill. So 1-for-1 kills now, and in fact we're going to have Karazin pushed by the Diablo in that mid lane.
Yeah, he's going to be thrown over the shoulder, and they're just going to pick him up slowly but surely.
Diablo pick working out so far.
yeah, pretty good so far.
Bit of hectic camera work there, guys. Sorry about that. My hand slipped. As I said, I am actually using a pillow as a mouse mat. It's very large.
Very professional setup here. And Azuna's now on the green Rhaegar, so changing every game here. I
suppose doing it just to mess with me.
Probably. So this is going to be second shrine capture for Gobble Hawk there, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to capture that dragon. If they do go for the Dragon Knight, Dereneko is just waiting in that bush to jump out and stop that.
Something I'd like to point out is that Inside Games has in fact gone for Season Marksman on Tyrande, and on top of that, Searing Arrows. Now, for those who don't know, Searing Arrows had a bit of a change, or rather, was it Focus Attack that had a change, or Searing Arrows? I forget. Whichever one had a change, it made it so that Searing Arrows was slightly better overall for damage, since we do have Azuna being taken down here.
Goodbye! Yeah, 3-man there, caught in between the shrines. Not really much he could do to escape there, so just going to waste a bit of time by running back and forth. So,
yeah, like I was saying with the Tyrande, Season Marksman out at level 1, and then Searing Arrows, which is the higher damage choice for them.
Krisic under Sonya there is throw and go over the top to get him in, and then Diablo coming over with a headbutt, but Krisic with a great ancient spear to dive back over and escape that. So not going to be picked up.
That was very good play there by Keksik.
Oh, Glirios walking into 3 people in a party brush. He's just going to fall. No, they weren't really expecting him either. They were looking over towards the Dragon Shrine, and suddenly this Diablo was in a bush with them. Everyone sort of stopped for a second before killing him. Like
a comical, almost double take moment from everybody.
I do imagine there was an exclamation mark that appeared above their heads. Like, what?
Solid Snake style. Diablo puts a box over his head, it just doesn't cover him.
No, it's a bit too big.
So Tron, as I was saying, going for like kind of a damage-heavy build, so we'll interesting to see whether or not we'll see the Starfall, or I feel more likely the Shadow Stalk. We'll have to see what ends up getting picked up there. Azun is actually going to get picked up very quickly on the bottom lane. Sorry for talking over that. And in fact, Hydra's going to be a follow-up kill as a result of that.
Zargonis is falling a little bit low, Diet putting a bit of damage into Thray. Slickler just looking for an opening to try and get that Vala, so the Vala backing off there. And we're going to go back to this mid-fight between Dereneko and Glirios, because both of them have been trying to fight over getting this dragon as the shrines keep changing between the two teams at the same time. So both of them walking up and then taking a poke at each other. This time Very Hot's going to go for it, and Glirios is going to zone for him, so we're going to have a Dragon Knight here at 5 minutes 30. Not going to be the strongest Dragon Knight we've seen, but it's going to have a nice Actor Smashing, and it's got a creep wave to work with as well in biz, so going to put that damage down. Dereneko too close to that gate. Glirios is going to grab him, throw him away, and Dereneko is just going to run before too much damage is put down onto him. The rest of his team now following him up and able to pick Stickler out of the middle, going to take him down. Glirios opting to try and walk away, but a lot of damage coming down. He will survive that just about, but nicely fended off there by Inside Games.
Yeah, very well played by there. So managed to pick up a kill and don't really stop the damage coming out from the Dragon Knight, but they do kind of force him to go up to top lane if they want to do any further siege damage with it. And Very Hot in this Dragon Knight is gonna fall here, and he'll just be able to Eldrin Smite throw and go himself away should he be put under any pressure. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, a little bit of a skirmish here, not going to be followed up by a kill.
Just a bit of throwing spells around. Spellslinger mages, what are we going to do about them? Back to you. Go on.
I was going to say, both teams reaching level 10 now, so ultimates having been taken. Seven-sided strike was taken and used, in fact, as was Wrath of the Berserker coming out here, and still no ultimate choice coming out from the Diablo. Glirios possibly not really sure it's going to be best for his team here, and they end up going with Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I think I would have preferred Lightning Breath in this as a very quick sanctification. I just feel like that. Lightning Breath is prettier.
I guess it kind of depends what situations they're going to see themselves in.
Judgment instead of Sanctification out for Tyrael, so a swapping of Ultimate here for Very Hot.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see. I mean, they are a little bit behind on kills now, so and a little bit behind on levels. And I did think that Sanctification was going to be the pinpoint of their team, but as he's opted not to take it, we'll see how they do play around it.
Very much so. We may even see a level 16 talent deviation, although probably not out from Tyrael before he went with Holy Ground.
Ooh, Glirios taking a bit of damage, getting caught there. A Lunar Flare coming down, and a 7-sided strike is going to see him gone, but he does pop his Apocalypse just before to try and put something back. Tower's going to fall for that, and a Gate's going to go with it as well. So very nicely picked up there by Inside Games. Going to carry on.
There's a continuous kind of 4-man push into mid lane as the Sonya goes up to the top lane to kind of contest this hard camp that was taken by Gobble.
Yeah, so Tyrael going to pick up the Shrine, but Inside Games are actually looking to head up towards him. They're just hovering in a bush at the moment. Tyrael, they know he's around somewhere. And now they're going to try pick him off. So Thray with a Soulhammer into the Lunar Flare, and the Sonya damage is just going to end that Tyrael very quickly.
Yeah, just the stuns mean he can't use his Eldrin Smite to throw and go. And after the Modin stun, that was all she wrote for the Tyrael. And counter push actually happening down here in the bottom lane for
Gobble Mike.
So
yeah,
kind of taking little advantages where they can. They've taken this entire wall. And I'm going to put some damage onto the fort, but backing out here right at the exactly correct time here to try and avoid this.
Ray is going to dwarf toss himself in and get a nice Stormbolt there to pick up the Jaina. Hyperion coming out from Reyna, but Inside Games not wanting to overcommit and just going to back off a little bit, pick up the Shrine before waiting for the opening. Kezik's going to go in, going to go onto the Diablo there. Ray is on there, Ancestral Healing, going to keep Diablo up as he was about to fall, but he falls anyway.
Yeah, the Hungering Arrow doing just enough there at the end. The last couple of bounces landing on the Diablo as it needed to. And the Karazim ends up being able to take the Dragonite in mid, so the first Dragonite in favour of Inside Games.
Yeah, they're going to straight onto this fort here, going to push the mid fort down, and then we'll see if they do choose to fight or if they're going to rotate. Currently just hovering, waiting for some sort of opening. They're going to rotate down towards the bot lane. Did just have a quick look at my tab screen there, and Sonya is topping everything. Literally every metric she can top, she is topping that. So Darren Echo going to
even topping the experience.
Yeah, they're going to punt the Rhaegar away there, so they don't have to deal with him as Dragon Knight does fall, and they look like they're going to try and go there. But a Judgment into the Valor there. Shadowstalk going to come up to try and get some healing. Apocalypse coming down. Sonya's going to be spinning and going to pick up a Tyrael as the Tyrael tried to come out. A 7-sided strike was popped there by Darren Echo as well, but didn't really get the damage down it needed to. 3 with the Avatar Stormbolt. It's going to pick the Rhaegar up. And it looks like they're going to take another fort there.
It's just a great team fight taken there for Inside Gaming. They're getting the initiations they need to. They're following up with more stuns, and that's translating very quickly into kills from this Wrath of the Berserkered up Sonya. And
yeah, really quick siege camp there for them as well. Just picking that up in a few seconds. It's now going to push onto the bottom lane, allowing them to quite easily go pick up their hard camp if they want it, or you go push on the top. So Sonya's going to go clear the wave on the top, and the rest of the team opting to go for the second siege camp, so they're going to put that extra push onto the bottom.
Yeah, definitely so. And like you say, Sonya's cleaned up the camp and is probably just going to move to try and even solo this hard camp.
Yeah, she's popping a Wrath of the Berserker, so sure, no, she's going to come. No, she's going back in. Can't decide whether she's going in or out.
In bottom lane, they've actually had 3 members caught out here for the side of Gobble, but a really good Ancestral Healing is going to keep Azuna alive and going to potentially be able to disengage from this.
Sonya's going to come in now. She's going to throw her Ancient Spear. She missed it, but she's still got the grab talent, so she still does go forward, and they're able to pick the Diablo up. He does have enough souls for his Black Soulstone, though, so he will be back into the fray in a few seconds. Meanwhile, Rhaegar's falling low as they were escaping there and opting to hearth back. Picking up a Bruiser camp, trying to get some push of their own going now. Shrines will be up in a few seconds. Probably not going to want to lose the Dragon Knight there, but
still a talent
are
point
in a
advantage
position
for Inside Games. So they are almost level 18 to the halfway through level 15 of Gobble Mike. So bit of an awkward spot for them, and I think they can't really take a team fight here, as they in fact do get caught out in the mid lane, and the Diablo looks like it might still get.
Strike doing quite a bit of damage across the tanks there, as it will the Hyperion though, and it looks like Sonya's just going to go back and have that Dragon Knight once the Hyperion stops shooting her.
Yeah, and this is a second Dragon Knight, much later into the game now, 13-minute Dragon Knight, in favour of Inside Games. And
they're going to take that Dragon Knight top by the looks of it and push the top with it. So no forts have fallen in the top lane just yet. So it'll just be some more experience that they'll get. They're probably not threatening the core just yet, but just gaining more and more of a lead each time they do this. Hunting away the Diablo and throwing down that Fiery Breath. A nice Lunar Flare going to catch the Tyrael, but an Ancestral Healing is going to keep him up. Apocalypse coming out from the Diablo is going to stun the entire of Inside Games, but no follow-up damage really coming out there. The 7-sided strike does go down and drops Tyrael very low, and Diablo just leaving the back line to fight their own way. Reyna going to go back in for a little bit of poke before saying, no, it's gone. Back off, regroup, and we'll see what we can make here.
What we saw there was good ultimates hitting from the side of Gobble. I've forgotten their name now. From Gobble Mike Hawk 123, and yet the health pools of Inside Games barely moved. They were just full the whole way, and meanwhile Gobble Hawk got out by the skin of their teeth from a couple of heroes. Just barely surviving and hence not being...
cheeky siege camp steal there from Inside Games, waiting for that last hit on the siege before Muradin just walked in, just claiming it for himself, daring in Gobble Mike Hawk to come in and contest it.
Yeah, a lot of postulation there, and Lorena doing the damage to the siege camp means that the Muradin was able to just kind of, like you say, walk in and then take what he wanted.
Yeah. So a 5-man push on top for Gobble Mike at the moment. There's no boss up there, guys, so you're going to have to push it yourselves. However, Inside Games are going to come with them. We're going to have a pause.
Meanwhile, we just as we see this fight starting up, then Vala is still in the middle lane. She's not mounted up, so she will take a few seconds to get up there. But Thray, on that Muradin, is going round to backstab Azuna on the Rhaegar and potentially just the team in general. This could be a really, really good initiation for the side of Inside Games. And
yeah, just looking at the positioning there, Thray is on the outside. He does have that avatar that he can pop in a few seconds, so he's going to be able to Stormbolt, maybe catch Azuna with a Stormbolt, or if he wants to keep riding around, he might be able to dwarf toss himself on top of Stickler and land a point blank Stormbolt there. So Thray in a very good position here. There is the Earthbind Totem that's going to slow him down a little bit as he does come in. Meanwhile, Drain Echo and Keksik are in a good position to engage onto the front line. If they can pull that Tyrael into their ranks, he can pop 7-sided strike. And the Tyrande is there as well. So, but neither team really committing for that after the pause, both of them realising the position that was in and instead opting to back up a little bit there.
Yeah, disengage, obviously very, very smart for... sorry, as I just have to move my move where my mouse is. Disengage very smart there for...
Vala, though, picked up on her own, and Gobble Mike, no delay there, just straight on top of her, they're going to go in. But the Inside Games are coming through as well. Big Apocalypse coming out, going to freeze the team up, but the damage just isn't there once again. And Diet falling very low, very hot, also low. They pick up the Sonya, and you can see what we can do now that it's down to a 3 versus... Yeah.
Raider's just doing so much damage with those right clicks. Holy Jesus, look at Thray's health fall. Yeah. It's doing like 10% a hit, it looks like.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Suddenly back into this fight, having picked that Vala.
From saying there's no damage there at all, and we weren't seeing the damage laid on. As soon as Diet was able to turn around and start right clicking, we can see where the damage is.
Yeah,
wow.
How many stacks of that Heathen Marksman does he have?
34 bonus damage, which is pretty good for him. Especially 16 minutes into a game. Wow, that is over double what the minute score. Like, if you tend to go for about double what the minute score is, then you know you've done very well. But he's over double the minute score, so you know the top lane material going to get picked up by the Muradin.
Yeah, they were having a little bit of a tank battle up on the top over that shrine, and Thray does win that one out as he comes packing with stuns. Azuna's going to go up and claim that back, though. They don't want to space another Dragon Knight just yet, and if they can get one for themselves, it could spin this game back in their favour. Diablo is waiting for that, but Father's going to come and make sure he's not able to grab that. He's going to need some backup, but Diet's too busy farming those seasoned marksman stacks to come and help out.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm actually going to see how many season marksman steps as Tyrande has. 36 to the Rainer's 36 as well, so both teams doing very well with the season marksman. Obviously, it's much more effective for the Rainer to have those stacks, because he just right-clicks harder in general. Now both shrines going to the side of Inside Games, and the Vala's there, ready to be able to take it, and some good body blocks coming down, just going to be able to interrupt that. So Rainer Hyperion comes down also to interrupt that and follow up. Gilroy... Gliriel's actually taking a lot of damage on Diablo's going to fall again, and he doesn't have enough souls for the Soul Stone.
He doesn't know, so that's going to be a minute where their main tank is down. They've also got the secondary tank Interior, but the Diablo needing to soak a lot of the damage there for them. And we do see the 20s coming out as well at this point for both teams. So
Jaina did also get caught out there, by the way, just in the wrong neighbourhood. She walked through a bush, came out, and there were 4 heroes surrounding her, so she just died.
Draeneka trying to claim that Dragon Knight, but very hot in the bot lane was taking that back and is now trying to get out before he's taken down, nicely dodging a Lunar Flare there. But Sonya's going to claim that shrine back, and Dreneko is there to try and claim it back.
Instead, Dwarf got himself in to try and take this. Is really good to have your tank in there, and unfortunately, Diet on the Reina not able to capture that top shrine in time. It was quite close though. I mean, we're going to have Lord of Terror, level 20 talent choice coming out from Diablo. It's a really, really interesting choice, and it's actually going to give him a lot of survivability here. It's a talent, obviously we don't see Diablo play much, so it's a talent, just in general we don't take to see. It is a new one that came out when he got reworked.
Yeah. So this keep's going to fall very quickly there for Inside Games. They're deciding they're just happy to take that. They're going to back out and maybe go rotate down towards the bottom, as there is a big wave down there as well.
God, just looking at the right clicks coming out from Diet on the Vala, each one took her down so much health, like at least 8% each right clicks. It's just crazy. And this Reina is really the damage dealer that we're watching out for. He's done way more hero damage than everybody else in the game, and you can really see that coming through in the fights.
Yeah, he's just trying to stay safe at the moment while he puts some damage into that dragon, but they are going to get the keep. Apocalypse coming out from Diablo wants to try and take a fight at this point, but Inside Games not wanting to give them that fight. Instead, they're wanting to fight. Shadowstock coming out as they do turn around to go for the engage. Seven-sided strike in the middle, and the Hyperion's going to come out very hot, healed up from that ancestral healing. And this time it's Gobble Mike. They're actually on the back foot trying to disengage out. Tyrael caught and will go down, going to get some explosion, but the damage isn't going to be too much. And 4 left on the side of Gobble Mike here.
Now, the Apocalypse, right at the start of that fight, actually, it didn't hit a single person. I thought it was almost certain to hit the Sonya, but she managed to Ancestral Spear herself out and barely. And had that hit on the Sonya, she would have died. And that would have been a very different fight. But
the whole time this fight's been going on, though,
fractions of a second able to save herself. And
the Bruiser camp has been pushing top for Gobble Mike, and they've picked themselves up that straight line down the middle, and it's working slowly but surely on that keep. Probably going to be picked up now, though, as there isn't a big enough creep wave to keep it, and Vala has noticed that there was that push on, so they're going to stop that from happening.
There are 2 keeps down for Gobble Mike, and a little bit worried about how they're going to be able to come back into the game. They do need to obviously protect the Reina, allow him to do the damage that we know he can do. We can see on the scoreboard that he's doing. In fact, the Diablo's done a lot of hero damage as well, more than the Jaina herself, and in fact more than the Muradin and the Sonya for the side of Inside Games.
So big numbers coming out there. I mean, we are at that point now where the death timers are getting very long.
Something I would like to point out, though, that Goggle Mike's team composition is more geared towards the late game, as Diablo is definitely a better late game warrior than he is early game, and obviously Reina scales huge into the late game this season.
Definitely have to agree there. But any team fight now, any misstep in a team fight can cause you to be on the back foot for a very long point of time, and that could be better work in Gobble Mike's favour here and bring them back into this game. Picking up the Bruiser camps, but Inside Game's just going to turn and stop that. And then Very Hot's going to go quite deep there. He's going towards Tyrande, but wasn't able to find her. And now he's judgmented in, and they pick up the Vala. So this is going to be a 5 versus 4 Apocalypse coming out.
Inside Game's damage
as well, but Inside Game scattering to the wind there, just trying to get out, and they're going to chase down the tank because they've got no other option. Drain Echo's going to try and come to his aid, and the first aid popping there for him, going to keep him in and keep him alive. So good pickup on the Vala. They've got 40 seconds to play with now, but the Bragging Knights potentially going to be taken there. No, the thing does come back down. So Drain Echo popping the 7-sided strike to try and drop Gliroz's health, and Gliroz's going to headbutt Sonya away, trying to keep the 2 alive, but he's likely to fall here. He does have Soul Stone, however, so he will be back up in 3 seconds. So few seconds in a 4 versus 4 if any fight does want to continue here, but neither team really looking for it. As I say that, Very Hot throwing and going in, and he's going to jump onto the Tyrande there. Shadowstalk does come out, so they're going to turn around and try and take the Sonya down. Sonya will fall. Tyrael still chasing Inside Games there, but not able to find anything. So another heroic down and another kill picked up there for Gobble Mike. Their core, however, has a wave pushing onto it. Nothing major they need to go back and deal with.
No, it's 4 catapults. There's a lot of damage going to be put onto it very, very quickly. They're going to have to defend this.
Oh yeah, actually you're correct. I did not see the 4 catapults. So
Jaina's gone back.
Jaina's gone back. She's clearing those 4 catapults. Dragon Knight in favour of Gobble Mike right now, if they can claim it, but Inside Games just going to sit and wait for that, while the Muradin will claim it back for them.
Karazin's going to the top shrine, so they actually have to contest this Dragon Knight quickly, otherwise they're going to lose it. And that, I think, would spell the end of the game at 24 minutes in, but no heroes for Inside Games near the shrine, near the Dragon Knight itself. So
Very Hot had also gone bottom to contest the shrine there, and so he's taking that back in favour. So just changing the shrines changing hands at the moment, and another team fight looks like it's going to be on its way, as they are roaming top, as you know, way ahead of his team there, walking into Thraid and dodging the Stormbolt. So just going to walk in and throw down a Storm Shield. The rest of his team coming in now, a headbutt onto the Sonya, the Diablo. He's going to come out. The Rhaegar does fall, though, way out of position. And the Reyna also just left on his own. This is a really, really bad team point for Gobble Mike, and it does look like they're going to have to disengage this very quickly, because otherwise more of them are going to fall.
Yeah, very much so. And I don't know if
Ooh,
any of them
Luna
will be able to
Flare
get out
catching
with
Stickler there.
They're able to get out with 2, but the Rhaegar, who, like, as you say, was out of position, quite foolishly there, got picked up, used the Ancestral himself, but it was too little too late, and that just meant that the Reyna didn't have any healing or any cover damage. And Very Hot, going to actually defend the bottom shrine, is going to probably get picked up here. He might be able to Elden Might himself out over the wall.
Radiant Dash, though,
gonna
and
get
then a nice owl.
Chandale coming out. In fact, the Stickler on the Jaina's trying to take that top shrine, but Keksik is actually up there, and she's going to deny it for now, but will die to the Sonya.
Father's going to show up, and a Hungering Arrow will finish the Jaina off. This is going to be a Dragon Knight in favour of Inside
bodies
Games
at the shrine to try and stop this, but this is 26-minute Dragon Knight in favour of Inside Games. It looks like this might spell their victory here.
Yeah, 50 seconds without the Jaina, 30 seconds without the Tyrael. It's going to be a 3 versus 5 defence here. They do have the core shooting, but that Dragon Knight is huge at the moment. So,
so Strike coming out already. 7-side strike, almost killing the Diablo, but the Diablo's also going to fall here. GG has been called. Well played by Inside Games as they advance through to the finals versus I Don't Know Man.
Oh, so what was that about Gobble Mike going to the finals?
Like I said, I shot myself in the foot, so I'd already ruined it.
And not able to pull that out. I do feel that in the last few games, Tyrael's Sanctification was what made those fights very work for Gobble Mike, and this time they opted for the Judgment and weren't able to be as effective with it. Their Reyna was very, very strong, though. His hero damage dealt being 88,000 is huge.